Hello guys, hope you're doing fine. Today in this video I wanted to show you the sculpture mode on Blender. It's so useful. If you want to create characters for 3D printing, you can really basically do everything in this mode. You can also rework on 3D scans, or you can import generated AI files that you can tweak in this mode, so it's very useful to master it. So today in this video I wanted to show you how to start on this mode. So let's get started with Blender. So as you may know, we start always with a camera, a cube, and a light. So for that, I'm gonna just skip that, so you can select everything and just press delete or X if you like. Delete selected object, delete. And now if I want to start some basic sculpture, I can just simply click on Shift A, okay, Shift A, and then I will have a pop-up with add mode. So I can go on mesh, and I will select UV sphere here. So now I have like a really basic sphere, and you will see it's really like if you're using already ZBrush or any sculpture software like Nomad Sculpt. It's really the same. We will find brushes the same, and as you may know, Blender really took the same brushes as ZBrush and put them in the soft. So okay, but it's handy for everybody. So I have my sphere here, so I can move around, as you may know. If you are already using a mouse, I really strongly advise you to have a tablet. It's really great for sculpture. So now if I want to jump to the sculpture mode, I can just simply click on Control Tab, okay, or I can, if I'm lazy, just click here. Here we are in the sculpture mode. So you have brushes here, all types, and here you can paint your object, you can put some mask, you can also create some face sets. So if you already if you're already a ZBrush user, it's polygroup. It's really the same. So you will paint areas where you can extract them, work, hide them. So it's really handy, but not for this video, okay? So I will show you DynTopo first. What is the DynTopo mode? If you're a ZBrush user, also in the same as Sculptris Pro, okay? So the thing is, you have a topology, and it won't change until you use this mode, and you will paint on it. You will add some new topology, but it won't change the original topology, okay? So I will show you. I will just click here, so it will tell me, are you okay? Enable, and then I will choose maybe this one, the gray strip, like the clay buildup on that brush, okay? I will just zoom in and look at that. So I will just show you the wireframe. So here now we have a geometry like that, and if I'm starting to sculpt, look at that. So I'm adding a new geometry on top on the original one. So if I want to have something thinner, I can come here and I can decrease this number to maybe from 12 to 5, and I will click and look at that. It's better. Just before moving up to the remesher, I just wanted to tell you that I'm currently recording a full course. Just before moving up to the remesher, I just wanted to tell you that I am recording actually a full course on how to sculpt characters on Blender. So if you want to know more about that, you will find some information in the description here. So as you will see, it's fine, but I don't really like to use it because I like to have even geometry everywhere. So I won't use it, but it can be really handy if you are importing decimated scans, okay, and you want to rework on them just on some parts. So for example, you want the lips to be thinner, something really you want some precision on some points. So you can really do that with that, but I really like the remesher because I want to work on the whole object. I want an even topology everywhere. So what is the remesher? So for that, I will come back to the object mode. I will delete this one, okay? X. I will put a new sphere and I will show you. So let's get started with a proper new sphere. So what was the problem that solved the remesher? See, so if I'm using the grab here, so it's a brush that will help me to move the shape of my sphere. So look at that. I'm grabbing my sphere like that. So what is happening? As you will see, I will have different sizes of faces. So I will have smaller faces here and big one here. So what's the impact? So if I'm going back to this clay strip brush, I'm gonna hide it just for this example. I will decrease the size on my brush so I can go here also onto that here. If I'm sculpting, okay, something is happening because it's there are very small faces. If I'm doing the same here, not good. As you can see, nothing really is happening because I have big faces and it's a problem. So how can I fix it? I can use the remesher. So what's is going to happen? It's gonna create like a virtual grid that will project some polygons, okay? And I can really tell him I want this size of polygon or this size of polygon, and it will project an even size of polygon everywhere on my object. So how can I do that? I just press R, the R on my keyboard, and I will see my virtual grid. So I can decrease it to maybe 0.05 as a start, something like that, and I just left click. Okay, so now it's recorded, but nothing is happening. That's totally normal. So now I will do Control R and look at that. Beam. What has happened? Look at that. I have now an even geometry everywhere. Not really the fanciest one, but it's okay to work. Okay, so I will show you. So now I can just press on shift. It's a smooth brush. If I'm holding shift and I will just smooth, was something I couldn't do just before. And now I will show you. I will use the same brush as before, so this one, and look at that. And here now I couldn't do much. Wow. So it's really like a virtual clay that I can use to work. So I will show you just in a minute how I can start a project really easily. So I'm going back to my object mode. I will it's because this mode was hide. Okay, I will press it, delete it. I will shift A. I will now create a new sphere. I'm coming to my Sculpt mode. What I like to do is I don't like to see the grid on the axis, so I won't just click like that because I can hide some parts that are really important. So I will just click here on disable them here, floor on axis here. So now I have a floating sphere. Okay, I will hide the wireframe. I will zoom in, and now I will press R, and I will come to something like 0.05. Control R. Okay, I will use my tablet now, and I will enable symmetry. So I will press X, as you can see. If you're not in front, as you can see, you know if you're in front in the right axis like that, if you can meet the two dots together. Okay, so now I will press Alt Shift just to smooth a bit, something like that. Okay, I will press N, or I can just open Here, as you can see, there's a left arrow here. So I press N, I will come to view, and maybe I like to increase the focal length between 80 to 120. So something like 100 would be fine. Okay. So now I have something to work on. I can press N again just to hide it. So that's very funny. You can press T if you like to hide here also. And you can play now. If you like, you can have the clay strip over there and you can start to play. So if you want to just do that or just do that, you can press here, or you can press on hold Control if you like to do some bumps. Funny. And everything that I show you, I will show you in depth in my course, of course, about creating a character. I didn't show you what it would look like, so the result would be in this course to create a guy like that. So I printed a little one and a bigger one. Okay, so now I will just show you how to start a head. Okay, very easily. So like that you will be able to do something funny. So I like to use the grab most of the time. So I like to create a big brush, and I can start like that. So don't worry if your head isn't great. That's totally normal. It's just a start. Okay, just play around and have fun. That would be a great start. We don't care if it's ugly. It's fine. Just play. As you can see, most of what I will do, I will use the move brush, and I will start to have something like a head, a helmet. Okay, and a really key thing to have in mind is always to come up, down, and look. You need to have like a shape of an egg, something like that, but we don't really care if it's not that good. For this video, I just wanted to show you you can start with simple brushes. Okay, so I can start something like that, and now with the move I can start to look at that. Up. The up is not necessary, of course, and you can start to create something for the high. Don't put the holes too high. We always put them too high, not necessary. And don't forget to do heads often, because if you don't, you're like me, you're in pain. Okay, but you can fix pretty anything if you follow some structure. Okay, for now. So I'm just really using for now my move brush. Okay, something like that. And look at that now. What is helping me if I'm in trouble like that? I don't know exactly where I am actually. What I can do is moving here to start the nose. Like that. Okay. And if I want to really have a real nose, for example, I like to have like a plane here. And now I can use, for example, the mask. So you can click here on the mask, or I prefer to press M. Can decrease that. So be sure that it's not disabled here. And you can start to create a nose. So I like to do like that. Simple shape here. Something like that. I can press Control I, okay, because it's in French and it's always a pain for me. And with the move brush again, sorry if I don't press like that because I already have them stored as shortcuts on my keyboard. So you can start a nose basically like that, and you can press Ctrl I to invert and move things around like that, and then Alt M just. And now if you have started something and you want to have a cleaner topology to continue your work, you can just click on Ctrl R just to refresh your mesh, and like that you have better topology to continue and start to make something better. So here we are. I will stop with that now. Yes, I know it's just the beginning, but I didn't plan to do something for full hours, just to show you how you can start easily. And it's really a pain just to stop because I'm like, oh my god, I have to do that, I have to do that. Okay, stop, Nicolas, stop. And yeah, so get started. And then when you're stuck with some geometry, you can't do much, you want to put height and things like that, then you can increase by pressing R. You can go up and start to add detail, etc. So I hope you understood how it works. So see you later in this channel. Bye bye.